Our next guest is an Emmy-nominated writer and comedian you know from shows like Is It Cake and Saturday Night Live, which returns this Saturday live on NBC and Peacock with host Maya Rudolph and musical guest Vampire Weekend. You can also see him in the new movie Unfrosted, which is streaming now on Netflix. Let's take a look.
We're tired of doing supermarket appearances.
Yeah, we're catching on. We want a record deal, board games.
Maybe even a beach movie.
Oh. Tell them the title.
Crispy Boys, surfing along.
Yeah, this thing is big, Bob. We want more.
More? Here's more. Let's add a new guy. How about Snap, Crackle, Pop, and Boing?
Please welcome back to the show our friend Mikey Dave. Congratulations
Thank you.
on you play Crackle.
Yeah.
Was that the one you were hoping for when they came to you?
Yeah, Pop or Crackle, but I got Crackle.
You did not want anywhere near Snap.
No, I'm not a Snap kind of guy.
Snap's a bad part.
Yeah.
And then Jerry was on SNL this weekend. That must have been nice to see him again.
It was very cool to see him.
Very cool indeed.
Yeah.
You have had a fantastic year on the show.
Hey.
And as always, I feel like people don't fully appreciate how many sketches you write as well. I'm always asking people, who wrote that one? And you and Streeter Seidel tend to write a lot together.
Yep.
Is that a fair thing to say?
Yeah, we write everything together.
And you've had some real incredible hits this year. There was this wonderful George Washington sketch with Nate Bargatze that you wrote. And it's kind of a perfect sketch. And I don't often do this. I don't often do this, but I walked up to your office. I wanted to let you guys know, like, I was so insanely jealous when I saw it.
I mean, coming from you, that's incredible.
That's
you.
what I wanted to hear. But the interesting thing is, it seems so perfectly written that in my imagination, it was like crushed at the table, crushed at rehearsal, crushed at dress rehearsal, but it didn't. Then I heard it didn't.
It went decent, I guess, during rehearsal. I mean, it was fun to do. I mean, Streeter's obsessed with history, so this was like his ode to America's weird customs and such. But during blocking rehearsal, it was a little awkward because Nate's just saying things that America does. It's just listing facts about America, about our weights and measures, and he's just kind of pacing the group. So it was a little awkward, but once Nate got in front of an audience, he turned it on and became George Washington, or Nate's version of George Washington.
It is the perfect convergence of like really strong writing and then a host who elevates it in performance. But it was a joy to watch.
Oh, thank you.
And then another,
thank you, Seth. Thank you. Finally, someone.
But I mean, look, another thing that was elevated by performance and writing, and you did both, was this right here. I mean, this is... Now...
Why am I'm spreading way too much.
It is funny that you're literally man-spreading Gosling. His knees are touching, and you're like, I need more room.
I tried to do it like Butthead sits, but he's not that spread, so.
I've been very happy to read a lot about this sketch because it was such a joy to watch. And when Heidi looks back at you, at Air, she laughed so hard that I remember we came into work on Monday. We're like, was he not in costume for dress? But it does, she had seen it before. She had seen the makeup. Was there any shift in it?
At dress, the wig was a little far forward, so Air, there was just more head, and it felt like my face was more, because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
By the way, Jody Mancuso,
one of the all-time
Louis
greats.
Zakarian, amazing, did the hair and prosthetics, so they did like 90%.
Yeah, Jody and Louis are two legends.
Incredible.
I was lucky enough to work with.
But Heidi said, you didn't look human.
Yeah.
You look not of this world. And, we're pretty close, so we make each other laugh very easily. So
I had a moment when she looked at you, it's almost like the way she looked at you the character, it was the first time you, the character, realized you looked weird. Because you had a moment of going like.
Yeah.
And
the heck?
And I
What
just
is she
wondered if
doing?
you put a little more sauce on it at Air. Because
A
it
little
was a
bit.
joy. I mean, it did seem like it didn't require much. I mean, Heidi has admitted, like, she was
mean-
not surprised, but she could not stop. And it was so much fun.
I did put a little more sauce. I just kind of tried to look her right in the eyes and just go, "Hi, I'm insane." Yeah.
This had the long tail it deserved, because then at the premiere
Long tail it
of
deserved.
the Fall Guy, you guys showed up.
Right. All right, look. I just want to say, by the way, Ryan Gosling, I love this man.
Yeah.
He just came in and sprinkled his magic dust
I mean,
over everything.
I will say another piece of jealousy. Like, he is, of the last 10 years since I've been gone for the show, he is really like A-list.
He's incredible. I sincerely love that man.
Yeah.
Ryan, if you're watching, I love you. But look at who's a movie star and who isn't. First of all, general hue of skin tone, right? Beautiful and bronze. New York white. Look at the width of our legs. I have a 12-year-old boy's legs with hair on them. It was funny too, because the photographers would be like, "Ryan, over here, Ryan," and then to me they'd be like, "Butthead, over here, Butthead." I'm like, Ryan and Butthead? It is a lot to take in when you're looking at it face to face too,
Yeah.
because the prosthetics that
there
Louis
is a
put
moment
in.
where you're like, I feel like we were both supposed to look bad.
I know. He still looks
He
gorgeous.
looks great.
He still looks cool.
Yeah.
And I am a
It's
walking freak.
It's like rock, paper, scissors. It turns out like Gosling beats Beavis, but Butthead beats Mikey.
right. That is.
So you mentioned 11-year-old legs. You got a 12-year-old Abbott. I feel like
He's
11-year-old.
11.
11 seems like cusp of SNL. Yes.
Yeah, he's into it. He watches.
And how do you watch? Do you let him sort of watch on his own? Do you watch with him?
Yeah, he stays up sometimes and watches it.
That's exciting.
It's hard to get him to watch anything that's not YouTube Shorts.
Okay,
he
gotcha.
he watches Fortnite. He watches people playing Fortnite.
Right.
And I'm like, how do you do? He'll watch it for hours at a time.
Yeah.
But getting him to watch a movie is difficult because it's
so
the
funny.
time. Isn't
I
that
keep
weird?
hearing that. Yeah. It's not that they don't have an attention span. They
Yeah.
just like don't like stories.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I want to see a story
Yeah.
right now.
I just feel like 3-act structure is just not for me.
Yeah, but he'll watch 8 hours
Yeah.
of kids being like, "Let's go! Here we go! Let's go! 80 damage, 80 damage, 80 damage, let's go!" I'm like, dude, this is insane.
Can I say something embarrassing? Like, I thought it was crazy, but when you started doing that, I'm like, I could watch that for a while.
Let's go!
I was like, I like this. I like everything about this. You also host the show Is It Cake?
Yeah.
Has your son, does he like
Thank
that
you,
show?
2 people up there. Now listen. Now, if this audience was filled with children, they would have gone bananas.
Yeah.
Kids love that
Do
show.
they? Do you get recognized by kids more
yeah.
for Cake than SNL?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe
the little
it.
kids, I can see it in their eyes too. They'll be like, "Hey, are you the cake man?" It sounds so creepy. I'm the cake man. But it's awesome how much they love it.
Well, I really mean this sincerely. Congrats on the incredible season. You do a great job behind this. You do a great job writing for that whole cast. So thanks so much for being here,
Thank
man.
you. Coming from you, that's awesome.
Nike Day, everyone. Unfrosted. Stream it on Netflix. Check out SNL This Week live on NBC and Peacock with host Maya Rudolph, musical